Hello viewers, Bookgunch here from Noni Racing. We have a special video for you today. In collaboration with Anders' dad and Ledgo Karting, we are heading down to TeamSport Warrington for an under 16 Chase the Ace race, where we will be following Jake Anders and Salvador Newman as they try to dethrone Rory Age, the winner of the last race. As they are lining up for the start, let me hand you over to Phil Anders, who will be covering today's event.
Cheers Tom, thanks for the intro. We're just getting underway here. The qualifying has been done. It will come up on the screen shortly. We'll have a little look at that. We've got Rory Hinckley in front, who's the ace. We're going to be trying to get after him today. We've got Dylan Edwards to the left. As you can see, the qualifying is now on the screen. Dylan Edwards did qualify on pole, but with Rory Hinckley being the ace, he automatically goes to P1 and the rest drop down. So that'll be P3 start for Jake, which is the clean side of the grid. It's the best side of the grid to start on, as you tend to get the jump on the cars to the left. So there's Dylan in second to the left there. He's one of our subscribers. We've got Salvador Newman there. He has a camera on, one of our cameras. Behind him, Dylan Fitzhenry, who's another quick racer. We've got Archie Hogan up there. So we've got all the sort of top 8, top 9 lads are all capable of 58s. So it should be a hell of a race, this. We're just waiting for the start procedure to get underway. James is just making sure that all the cars are not past their grid points. He seems happy enough with that. So we're just looking for the green light now, and then away we go. Let's see if we can get a good start. Okay, green, away we go. As you see, we've just got the jump on Dylan there in second place. We've took that. Rory goes right, trying to open up his corner there. And he goes a little bit narrow into there. You see how he just loses the back end slightly, and he's hopping in the car now just to get it going. Here we have Salvador Newman's view. He's in 5th place. That's Ethan Waters, Dylan Edwards just ahead of him. That's Dylan Fitzhenry coming through the inside. That was a bit of a strong move, that one. He put his hand up to say sorry, but he took the space anyway, and he never gave it back. Can he get him up the inside here? So we just take that inside line, edge right, block him out. And we'll start to get after Ethan and Dylan ahead, who are both very quick guys, mainly mid-58s. We're back to Jake view now. We're on lap 1, we're chasing Rory Hinckley down. We're going to try and have an attack into turn 1, but I think we're a bit too far away here. So we'll just try and get up close, get a good entry and exit into these corners. Ours was better than Rory's there. You can see we've just started to close the gap. You can see after turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3 there now we've only got a cart's length, so we can start to apply some pressure from here. So again, we're just about to come towards the up ramp now. We're too far back to make an attack here. If you're going to make a break here, you've got to be right on the bumper and then get left quickly to get the inside line before the up ramp. If you don't get that done there, you're not doing it. You can see Rory's taking tight lines there. He's just losing a bit of rear end grip, which means we're able to get back on his tail again. So we're closer here. You can see Rory shaking his head. He's not happy with his exit from that corner, but he's pulled slightly away from us on the straight. And then into turn 1. Can we make this count? You can see our entry point into turn 1 is a little bit better than Rory's, and in turn it gives us better turn 2 and turn 3 exits. You can see we're on his case now coming into the Dunlop. Can we get right, get up the inside? Nope. He takes the defensive line, which discourages us. There's not really a lot you can do. You're never going around the outside there, so you've just got to get back on the bumper and apply pressure. So here, can we get up the inside? Yep, we've just managed to put our car alongside, so Rory couldn't turn in. It was quite an aggressive move, but a fair move. And we're now in P1, and we're going to try and create a gap to Rory so we can take our normal racing lines and hopefully pull away. Okay, so we're just making our way down towards turn 1 now. Let's see, do we take a defensive line? No, we're on the normal racing line here. We're not defending. We've just put in a 58.8 on that lap, so that was a very quick lap. Rory does 60 dead, so we had a good pace advantage there. I think Rory's best time there, 58.9. Dylan Edwards, 58.8. Ethan Walters, 58.7. Salvador Newman, who's got our cam on, 58.9. So you can see the top 5, 6 lads are all in the 58s, which is electric. It's very fast. The temperatures here are around 4 to 5 degrees tonight, which is good for the engines. We get good power. Track level grip wise, I'd say the heavier you are tonight, the little bit better traction you're going to get. So some of the lighter juniors will have quite a bouncy rear end tonight, with there being not much grip available. You can see we're just coming down into turn 1 now. We take the normal racing line, so we're not coming under massive amounts of pressure yet. If you look at Salvador's cam to the left, he's started to close gaps, so you can sort of start to see how close they are to the leader, which is Jake at the minute. Okay, so Salvador is now starting to close on the back of Ethan. Ethan's attacking Dylan. These two guys are holding themselves up a little bit now, and it's bringing us back into play. Ethan in kart 14. Kart 14's been running very quick recently. Dylan Edwards is in kart 15, which is another kart that's been running really fast recently. We did a 12-hour charity race a couple of weeks ago, and kart 15 won that event, so it stayed strong for a good 12 hours, and it was producing low 58s all day, so it's a quick kart. You can see Ethan's just having a little look around there. He goes a bit defensive, covers it off so we can't get up the inside. Again, you can see he's looking back, taking tighter lines. He's very aware that he's got a kart behind him. It's a balance. When you've got a kart in front and one behind, you've got to balance it out between attacking the car in front of you and defending the car behind you. And the trick there is just knowing exactly where the kart behind is, so you can start planning an attack on the car in front. Okay, we missed the entry into turn 1 there, which just affected our exit. We just lost a little bit of gap on Ethan and Dylan ahead. Ethan had a bad exit from that turn 3 corner then, but kart still managed to pick up good speed. Salvador's too far back here to have a look there. We've got to close this gap. We need to be on the bumper and then pulling out last minute if we're going to get a move there up the inside of Dunlop. Again here, we can't throw the move up the inside to the left. There's just no space. We wasn't near enough. Ethan's keeping a pretty good gap to us, just not letting us attack him. But yet he's too far away from Dylan Edwards in front to attack him. So it's a bit of a kart train, and it's starting to form. You can see that the leaders are actually starting to come back to us now. Jake and Rory are battling. They're starting to slow down, which is in turn is bringing us all on the back of them. If you just keep watching now over the next couple of laps, you can see that the gap starts to come down, and we end up with the top 5 karts in a kart train. Okay, so what we're going to try and do here now is get onto Ethan's tail and see if we can attack him into turn 1, as Dylan has dropped Ethan a little bit here now, so it's brought him into view for us. But again, Ethan just takes a defensive line there, lets his kart run left. You see how he's looking just to see where we're going to attack him, and then he's going to place his kart in the right spot. And there you go. Good driving from Ethan ahead. Smart. Knew exactly where to put his kart, even though he was slower. You can see now Ethan takes the inside line to discourage us attacking him. And the same through here. Ethan is very switched on to what's behind him. He's constantly looking to see where we are. He covers off the inside there and makes a move pretty impossible around the outside of that turn. We'll try and apply more pressure. Our next point to attack him will be turn 1. We'll try and close this gap and attack him into turn 1. Okay, so we're too far away here. We're not going to be able to attack him into turn 1. You can see ahead now that you've got Jake, Rory, Dylan are all starting to come back to us. We also have a back marker in there. I think that is Noah Hadwin, who he's a lap down. He actually had to go in and change his kart. I can't remember which number he had at the start, but he had to take it in because it had a fault with it. So that's how he's ended up in last place, a lap behind. Again, if you can just look ahead to the top of the up ramp, you can see that first, second, third and fourth is all in front of us now. This is starting to get really interesting for the last 10 laps. Okay, back to Jake Cam. This kid in front is Sebastian. I think this is his 3rd race. You can see how he's experienced. He's gone into that corner too fast, too wide. Yeah, the kart's still driving him a little bit at this point, but if he sticks at it and keeps going, he will be able to improve. Okay, so you can see ahead there now. Ooh, Salvador, a little bit aggressive with Sebastian, but Sebastian gets out the way, lets the leaders go. Again, touch of inexperience of Sebastian there. Maybe the marshals could have helped him out with a blue flag to let him know that the leaders were coming through. especially considering he's an inexperienced driver. Again, you can see ahead now, the blue helmet, Jake Anders, the orange helmet, Rory Hinckley, the orange helmet, Dylan Edwards, and the white helmet in front of us, Ethan Waters, kart 14. Now we're going to try and apply some pressure now into turn 1. Ethan's started to close the gap back up on the leaders, and this is working out nicely. You can see ahead there that Jake is taking a defensive line, which in turn is slowing all the cars down behind him and started to form a kart train. Salvador's now thinking, yes, Jake, keep backing these guys up into me and I'll start picking them off one by one. Yeah, it's beautiful driving from Salvador here. He's hit all these right points in the corners. He's putting pressure on. Ethan goes defensive. We try, there's a bit of an opportunity there for a little bit of a lunge up the inside of Ethan. And again, look how close this race is now. Everything's started to bunch up. Very exciting race now. One mistake from any of these drivers and they're losing positions. All 5 of these lads are all in the 58s and low 58s at that, which is frightening pace. Very, very, very good pace. Now I'm just looking at the fastest laps so far. Jake Anders 58.5, Rory Hinckley 58.3, Dylan Edwards 58.2, Ethan 58.6, and Salvador Newman 58.5. Oh yeah, very impressive times these. You can see that Dylan is trying to attack Rory, we're trying to attack Ethan, Jake is trying to back them all up so they all start racing behind. Oh, we just try for the outside, can we get up the inside? No, Ethan just blocks that off for us. Another inch there and we've been able to throw our car up the inside there, and Salvador would have took that spot. But again, good driving from Ethan ahead. Salvador is just now thinking, give me something, somebody make a move, give me an opportunity and let me start getting at these guys. You can see ahead, see how defensive Jake goes again, which starts to back everybody up. Oh, Rory tried up the inside of Jake there, as you can see. Rory's took the place, Jake takes it back. Dylan Edwards goes and takes the lead, now he's in second. Unbelievable action, Rory Hinckley's lost the place. Ethan's now looking at Rory, can Ethan get after him? No, not quite. We've just bumped Ethan slightly there. We're trying to make the most of this now and gain some positions. We should be looking for the left here, try and go left. Again, Ethan just blocks that off. Jake goes defensive, slows the kart train down again, and here we go again, another lap of this. Okay, you can see ahead there, Jake has actually got a couple of karts lengths. So Jake has took a normal racing line there, so he should be able to pull away slightly now. Not so much. Dylan's got good pace, he's right back on the bumper of Jake there. Rory is on Dylan's case, Ethan after Rory, and Salvador here after Ethan. We've just let a little bit of a gap develop now. We need to close this and get back on the bumper of Ethan, because if any mistakes are made or moves are made up front, we want to be there to take advantage. Again, you can just see that Jake is purposely slowing a few of these guys down and he's trying to back second and third up so they start racing with each other and basically give Jake an easier life and let him get on with it. You can see Jake's created a slight gap again, so he shouldn't be going defensive here, but he does, so it's a bad decision from Jake, the leader. He should have kept his normal racing line there. He has now invited pressure onto himself all the way down this straight. Okay, so we can't really switcheroo here. We're trying everything to get a better line, a better entry and exit than Ethan, but yeah, it's difficult. Oh, there, Rory just had a bat. Yeah, Ethan had a go there. Thought that might have been an opportunity for Salvador there then to gain a position. See, now Rory's trying to attack Dylan, but he's leaving himself open to attack from Ethan behind. This is an excellent race. All 5 drivers, like I say, in the mid 58s to low 58s, which is unbelievable pace. And the lap record here is a 57.8 by Mackenzie Jones, and we're starting to come to that territory now. You know, the right car on the right evening with the right set of tyres, and any 5 of these guys could break this lap record. As you can see, Dylan Edwards there, I think he's kart 15, 58.2. There is definitely 4/10 to be found in that kart for a lap record. So again, we're just trying to add pressure here. 4 cracking drivers in front of us who don't look like they're going to be making mistakes very soon. So we've just got to keep pressure on and try and force them into a mistake. Again, Ethan just goes a little bit defensive, not full defensive mode, but just letting Salvador know he's not going to let you throw it up the inside there. And again, here he stays a bit further right, lets his car drift left, knows that nobody's coming to the right side of him there, and he holds his spot. He now goes defensive again. You can see the leader Jake, he's going defensive, and Dylan and Rory are all over the back of him. Got a great view of the front four here in front of us. Jake goes defensive, Dylan goes defensive, and Rory attacks. But as you were, kart train is staying the same. Very difficult for these lads to overtake each other. Any car doing below 58, sort of 6, 7, and you're going to be a very hard man to overtake. You're not going to do it on pure pace, so you are relying on a mistake or just a bad entry or exit from a corner. And these lads have drove faultlessly. Fair play to them. Okay, we try a switcheroo here by going wide and seeing if we can carry more speed through here. No, Salvador's unlucky. It's a good attempt. Ethan's a bit too wise to that. You can see ahead, Rory's trying everything he can to get his place back from Dylan. Dylan's trying everything he can to set Jake up for a move. And as you've noticed from our last few videos, Jake's a very good defensive driver. He knows how to back karts up and send them back into the pack, so they give him a bit of an easier life. And he's done that very well here. He's managed to hold his position and back the karts up, which is ideal. Because if Dylan is attacking Jake, he can try switcheroos, he can try a lot more things than he can if he didn't have Rory Hinckley on his case. Because Rory will keep Dylan honest by not letting him try the switcheroos. If he does, Rory would take that place back straight away. Okay, we've gone wide here. Salvador's not happy with that, which in turn we lose traction on the exit. So yeah, we've lost a couple of karts widths there now to the kart ahead. We need to try and close this gap back up. Any sort of gap, and Salvador's going to try and throw it up the inside. Oh, he just gets a bad exit from that corner then. He collided with the tyre wall and it just killed the speed slightly. But here we go now. We're coming down towards turn 1 for the last lap. We've got 1 lap to go from here. Jake goes defensive, Dylan goes defensive, and the kart train is very much together here. It's going to be a nerve-wracking last lap for the leader as he's got all the karts on his tail. One mistake, Ethan puts his hand out there. I think Salvador just give him a little bit of a bump, but yeah, these lads are racing now. Last lap, you're going to get a bit of that. Can't complain too much about that one, Ethan. Salvador just looks for the inside there. Jake is coming up to Sebastian now. Jake goes through, and you can see that the second, third and fourth don't. You can see from Salvador cam now, we're just starting to break through now. Sebastian should be getting out of the way here, but he's in the thick of it. He drives Ethan right, and we take that spot. All race we've been trying to get him, and we get him on the last corner. Here's Jake now just crossing the finish line, P1. Well done, Jake. Excellent driving. Very good defensive driving towards the end. Jake, Dylan Edwards second, Rory Hinckley third. Excellent driving. Ethan Waters got overtook on the last lap for 5th place, Salvador 4th. It was an absolute brilliant race. Really enjoyed it.
For some reason, the official timing stopped at lap 20, despite the leader passing the line before the 20 minutes were up, and the checkered flag did not come out until the end of the lap 21. The official timing shows Salvador in 5th, but as he managed to overtake Ethan before the flag was out, we take that as the official finishing position. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and let us know in the comments if you want to see more of these collaborations. And as always, thanks for watching, see you in the next one, happy racing!